When I was a kid, my mom used to pray for me and say, Kareem, may I see you a leader one day, coming with victory for Islam, or a leader who is coming back death. In the Qur'an, we grow up with two things. First, you should give your life to God. Second, you should defeat Jews and Christians. I was dreaming of that day and where I will give my life to God. I was dreaming, let me go and fight the infidels. And this call has come and the man told me, I'm sorry, Kareem, the operation has been cancelled. The worst news I have ever received in my life. I got frustrated. I felt that I'm rejected by God himself. After all the prayers, after all the fastings, after all the things I have done, I'm not called. This is a disaster. Until one of the leaders told me that you need to evangelize. I started to evangelize like never before. But then the problem that I was not satisfied. There was something always missed, something is not there. Here was my first problem. When I went to study with Muslim apologists, 80% of what they say is about Christians. When you want to interpret one verse in the Quran, you need a lot to do. You need to read Asbab al-Nuzul, the reasons, you need to read the commentators, and you need to have basic knowledge of how to interpret. But when he was interpreting the Bible, he was just saying, look, Jesus here is saying this and that. I said to myself, hey, I want summary of the faith. I started to be frustrated. I started to talk to God like, I need help. One day, I was sitting on my computer and a dial-up came up and it was written on it, do you love Allah? I clicked it. I thought it's a Muslim website, but I found out that it's a Christian website. It speaks from Genesis till Jesus arrived to earth. This was amazing, to the extent that for the first time in my life, I looked and I said, maybe we are wrong? This is kind of impossible for a Salafi to say so. I don't have evidence for Islam. I don't have enough evidence for God himself, which led me to atheism. And I was so tired. Atheism is not an alternative. I was fed up. I looked at the sky and I said, find me. On this night, I slept. And in my dreams, I saw that I'm running in a very long road. A lot of tree branches full of thorns chasing me, want to kill me. And at the end of the road, there were a man that I do not recognize. I shouted, please help me. He just extended his hand, put his hand on my shoulder and brought me before him. And once he looked at me, I found out that this is Jesus Christ. And he looked deep in my eyes and he said, it's your time to follow me. I woke up on my dreams and I said to myself, this is hallucinations. It's not true. But in the next night, I got the same dream, the same details. This is not a joke. If you can come to me one more time with the same details, otherwise I will not think of you again. I thought that he will never come, but he came. I woke up while I cannot believe that this is true. God is so amazing. I woke up as a man who is seeking the truth and knowing one thing, that this Jesus Christ is more than a prophet. And after 3 years, I got baptized. God healed me. God is love, and he poured his love in our hearts. Amen.